The Utah Schools for the Deaf and Blind have a pretty cool club at their school. It's a yacht club.
Stop! First mile, 14:58. Whoa. Stop! Good pace.
They've built two handmade 40-foot canoes that they're getting ready to race across Puget Sound over the course of 2 days in a 70-mile race. That's right, 70 miles over the course of 48 hours. The man behind this plan said it all started while he was listening to a podcast in his car one day.
And they entered this race called the 7048, built their own boat and competed, finished, and it was super inspiring. And I thought, what a wonderful way to bring our school together. Our school covers the entire state of Utah, and both deaf, blind, and so we have students everywhere. And I thought it'd be a wonderful idea if we came together, built a boat, and jumped in it and competed in the 7048 as well.
And that's where it all began. But having a crazy plan wasn't the only thing that they had to do. They still had to figure everything else out.
And so I myself, I'm pretty handy around the house. I can measure, cut, I can do some carpentry things, but I'm not a boat builder, and I needed to find one. And Adam Billings is our outreach director for the Deaf South, and he's a captain in the Coast Guard. He has lots of experience building boats. I thought he was the perfect person to talk to about this and see if I could sell him on the idea. He loved it. He was in as soon as I said it, and we essentially needed to find plans and know what type of boat to build. And so we wanted to reach out to Colorado to ask them some questions. What'd you do? How'd you build it? So Adam reached out to Colorado, and these three guys who are coaches for their team are equally as crazy. And they were like, do you want to do it with us?
And after those conversations, it was time to get building. Then, as soon as they were done building, it was time to figure out if the boat they had christened All Hands on Deck would float and give everybody a chance to get an oar in hand and find their stroke on a real body of water.
Okay, this is what we're going to be riding in. Let's do it right. And we were able to kind of there on the spot fix some of the problems that we had with it fitting together. We didn't know how to put the ACUSes on. Those are the pieces that attach the two pontoons, and Colorado had brought us two ACUSes because we didn't have time to make them. So with their help, we were able to get those together. And I think just that last piece of putting everything together as a team and doing it for the first time, not knowing how it really goes together because we never got it together. That I think that helped gel us a little bit more. And we saw the Colorado team doing the same thing. They were making changes to their boat as they put it together. So it made us feel a little better. We're not the only ones that this happens to. They had a new section that they were putting on. So we really kind of showed up, impressed ourselves and Colorado. We just kind of like hit the water ready to go.
Now, across these boats, they'll be able to fit 7 or 8 students and an equal number of teachers and staff. And for most of them, this is the first time they've ever done anything like this.
I don't have pretty much any experience with boats like this. I have a little bit of experience with rafting. We do that a couple times a year. But with boats like this and rowing, I was pretty new, and it was pretty fun. There's a lot to learn about like the boat, what goes into it. It was fun to learn while we were building it, being able to say, I built that, I know what went into that. And then once you get it out on the water, it was really cool to actually see it float and work well. And then we just worked on, synchronizing, rowing or paddling and stuff like that, and it was pretty fun. It's a cool experience.
And that first trip, though, into the waters of Lake Powell wasn't all smooth sailing off the get-go.
So yeah, when we first got on the boat, we just kept going in circles because our weight wasn't matched up, and we had a lot of drag. So we had to like switch places in the middle of the lake, and jump from one boat to the other, and it was pretty interesting.
But after ironing out all of those wrinkles, they were ready to go.
The elephant in the room, how are we going to take these students from a deaf and blind school and get them to race 70 miles in 48 hours, you know, overnight? A lot of people think that deaf and blind students have a limitation, and I don't think that's true. In fact, I know it's not true. They can do everything and anything that everybody else can do. We just have to make accommodations for it.
Ashton Hensey is one of the seniors who will be on the boat this summer. She sees this as one of the perfect ways to end her schooling career at the USDB.
At the beginning, I heard about it and I was like, wow, this is crazy. Can we do this? Like, can I do this? But I don't know, just one day I was like, okay, we might as well, let's just sign up. This is like the end of my time in school, and I've loved all the adventures I've gone on with the School for the Blind. So I was like, okay, we're gonna do this. I need something crazy in my life. And after thinking that, we went to Lake Powell, and I was like, holy cow, what did I get myself into? But the more I was there, the better I felt about it. The better I I was more at ease when I was in the boat. Like, we could do this. Like, at first, just thinking about it, trying to imagine it, it was less easy to figure out, I guess. But once we were there and we were together and we were working together, it really gave me hope that we could actually like make it through the race and actually do well in the race instead of just trying to get through it. But yeah, while I was at Lake Powell, I just started to get more and more excited, and it made me want to work harder and do better to do well in the race. So.
But it's not just the students that are learning wonderful things throughout this wonderful, massive project. The teachers are too.
My name is Alexis Wardinsky. I'm actually the secretary for Deaf South. I work under Adam in his area. And I honestly just wanted to say, I actually joined last minute as well to go to Lake Powell. And I mean, honestly, I can't say enough. This was life-changing. I didn't know how to row. I didn't know how to compete. I kayaked before, but I didn't know how to paddle. And honestly, this was life-changing. You know, I didn't realize, you know, how dependent we are on each other. I thought, I can't do this. I've never done this before, but I just kept telling myself to keep going. I looked at this, you know, I was able to see the students and their motivation. And it wasn't about the competition and winning. It was about the teamwork. It was about the endurance that we didn't even know we had. It was about the mindset and the heart that was required to do this type of journey. I mean, your body's hurting and you still are enduring, and you still have to keep going, and you have to have the correct mindset for that. And honestly, it was amazing to see all of the students, you know, being able to show their skills, their endurance, their mindset. I mean, you can't saddle when you're paddling. I actually had to use my voice to just say, go, go, to keep encouraging them. So I was extremely grateful that I was able to be involved with this journey and this experience and these wonderful people. And I just wanted to share that with you guys.
And that hard work and determination and learning how to overcome difficulties is something they say this whole project's all about.
The main point that we're driving home here is that no matter what you want to do, no matter where you want to go, you know, it's possible. It takes hard work and dedication and a plan. But I want every single person on this boat with me after to look at any other mountain they have in their life and go, it can't be as hard as the 70-48.
Yeah.
You know, whether that's a job interview, whether that's like applying for college, whether it's asking someone to marry them. You know, I want this to kind of be kind of that turning point in people's lives that go, oh my gosh, like it is crazy, yes. But I mean, we kind of measure out, you know, what that crazy is and be able to manage it. And that's what life is, right? We have to, like, things sound crazy to us on the surface. But as we really invest ourselves, as we bring in good people around us, I think that really, really speaks volumes on what you can accomplish. And I want everybody that sees or hears or watches the story or watches us do this. I want people in the boat with us to realize that, that's why we're here.
Amen to what Ryan said. Absolutely. We want everybody to feel that they've accomplished something beyond themselves. And I guess there's a crew that I've been working with, that's a part of the overall crew, but they didn't get us to. I want everybody that worked with me on building those boats to feel like you can take something from nothing and you can make it work for you, and there are going to be problems, but you can accomplish this as well. And so the kids like Ollie and the ones that have really helped on that boat that haven't been able to paddle with us, I want them to feel a sense of accomplishment from just building something with their bare hands and knowing that it's being used for something so epic as a 70-48 that 14 people are going to go paddle on in the ocean. That's just again, it's one of those, you can do hard things and you can build something from scratch and make it work for you.
Absolutely. And we are rooting for this yacht club, and we're going to be checking back in with them throughout the course of this adventure that they've got going on, and we will keep you all up to date. So be sure and stick around and tune in here for updates here, and to tune in and check out all of the stuff that the Utah Schools for the Deaf and Blind have going on there. As always, there is so much of this story that we don't have time to get to, but don't worry, we'll have all of it over on our website at kslnewsradio.com. Head over there, search for the Yacht Club or Heart of Utah, and you should be able to find it there. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks for everybody who helped put this whole interview on and get all of these students and teachers all wrangled up for this wonderful interview. It has been an absolute treat, so thank you. And thank you for sticking around and watching. Well, that just about does it for me here this week. Thank you so much for sticking around, and if you're looking for even more good news, be sure and check out our back catalog and all of the other wonderful stories that we have been covering right here on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, though. My name is Colby Walker, and this is Heart of Utah. If you are still here, thank you so much for sticking around. We really appreciate it. This sort of view time and sticking around is one of those small things that helps boost our visibility so that we can put more good news in more people's timelines. Because we all know we need more good news on social media, and that's exactly what we are trying to do here. So if you've got good news too, I believe all of our links are hanging out somewhere right over in this corner. You'll see our email address and our Twitter handle, both wonderful spots to get in touch with us, to share any of those good stories and pitch those ideas to us. We really do appreciate it. And if you need more good news in your life, I think also over in this corner, you'll see one of our previous videos playing over there. Be sure and check that out. We have a wonderful back catalog of good news, so be sure and go scroll back and check some of that stuff out too. Thank you so much for watching. If you think we deserve a like, give it to us down that direction too. That also does a whole bunch of good for getting these videos out and seen by even more people. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I will see you right back here next week.